Hello, my name's Ed Frawley. My wife and I own Leerburg. Got a great question and answer here that came into our website through the Ask Cindy portal. Every one of these videos we try and pick interesting questions that a lot of people have because we see them a lot. This one happens to be related to one of our own dogs that likes to sleep in the morning and not get out of his crate. But anyway, if you have a question on training, behavioral problems, breeding, health, write Ask Cindy. You don't need to be a customer of Leerburg to ask a question. And we have a database of the really good questions, not all of them. There'd be thousands of them, but 3,500 really good ones on our website. You can review those. So this one starts by saying, I have an 8-month-old Plott hound, which is trained reasonably well for a hound breed, meaning she can focus well on me when I'm asking her. I do, however, rely heavily on treats during dog training. My dog gets all of her meals during our training session. Some friends have told me my dog should work for me even without treats. Some more dumb friends. To which I usually answer that would they be interested in working for their employer without getting paid? I love that one. I got to steal that line. And while I do sometimes demand small rows, this person is from Europe, so I'm not sure in Europe what they mean by rows, of commands before giving the reward, I still pretty much reward always at the same point in the training exercise. When do I stop using rewards? When I decrease my amount of rewarding, the dog's motivation decreases enormously. And as a hound, her toy motivation is very low, despite all of my efforts to change that. So using toys is out of the question for a reward. And that's not really that uncommon. With a lot of dogs, it doesn't necessarily mean that it only happens with hounds. As a second side question, I work full-time, have to get up and go on long walks before I leave for work in the morning. But she never wants to get up. How do I wake her up and get her out of the crate? Treats don't work here. I look forward to your answers. Cindy says, you never have to stop using rewards for your dogs. You may have to go to a random and a variable reward rate, but you never stop using them. We use rewards for the life of our dog. Cindy is a lot nicer than I am on these friends and strangers' advice on training. Also, when friends offer advice, just smile and then forget it. I never understood why people that are not dog trainers offer so much advice on dog training. Ain't that the truth? We don't even offer advice anymore to our family because they don't listen to us when they have behavioral problems with dogs. As for getting your dog up, how are you doing it now? I have one dog that is sleepy and rolls over on his back when I try and get him up in the morning. He's an 80-pound German Shepherd, so I just put a slip lead over his head and lead him out of the crate. I've learned that coaxing him and trying to lure him doesn't work. He's like a teenager. He just wants to sleep in the morning. So I just say, let's go, we're going outside. So this guy wrote back, said, thank you so much for your quick answer. Right now I do a similar approach. Just clip the leash to her collar. I was a bit worried because many people recommend not to disturb the dog in their crates. Oh, right, come on. And she is in a crate overnight, but she shows no signs of stress over me invading her space. Well, he's right. There are some dogs you're just not going to reach in and grab a dog and take them out. Those are usually dogs that don't have a problem coming out, though. Okay, dogs that are like that, you can take a piece of food and toss it over here, and that dog will go out and get it, and you close the door. So the dog can't go back into the crate. But if you have a dog like Artie, like our dog or this dog, they're just nice dogs, and they want to nap a little bit longer. So you have to just show them, no, you're going to come with me because I got to go to work, and you got to go outside, and you got to pee and poop, and then you can come back and lay down. So then back to what this person says. As far as your advice regarding other people goes, completely true. They have never even owned a dog before. I could cite many more stupid ideas. Me too. But that does not concern my question, and luckily I now live alone with my dog. So I think that he lived with this dog, with these other stupid people. Again, thank you very much for providing this help. I'm from Europe and a big fan of Leerburg. Cindy says, you're very welcome. I appreciate the kind words. There are some basic foundation rules for dog handling and training, but just like anything you do with living creatures, not all rules apply all the time. You're going to do great. Have a good weekend. And that's so true. The last thing that Cindy said to this person is, you have to work with the dog that's sitting in front of you. That's why when people rate us and say, could we have a step-by-step outline on how we should train our dog? No, can't do it, won't do it. Dogs are like people. You don't train people all the same way. You don't train a dog that's a reactive dog the same way you do with a dog like this or this or this. Every dog is different. You have to work with what you got in front of you. And you have to think out of the box, and you have to think for yourself. If you have questions, we have really good online courses. We've been doing this for 43 years. If we haven't learned it by now, we ain't gonna learn it. But we're here to help people learn how to live with their dogs, and we're here to help people learn how to train their dogs in a humane and fair way. We want people to have a good relationship with their dogs.